Welcome to Inside the Shop. This is season 2, episode 1. Today our guest is
Alexander Fresco, man. What up, though?
Alrighty, we're gonna jump straight off into the interview. Alrighty, your photography name is
Visuals.af. Visuals.af.
What does that mean?
So really, what it means is just, visuals by Alexander Fresco, but, it just became a thing of its own, so I just say AF. Do we cuss on
You can do that.
Alright, shit, goddamn, what the fuck? Alright, so look, so usually people would just say visuals as fuck. I kind of accepted that as well. But really what it is visuals by Alexander Fresco, and it's whatever it is. It's as long as you booking, it don't matter what, it could be whatever. So
right.
That's what it means, visuals by Alexander Fresco.
Have you always went by that name?
No, so like my government is James, but when I got to college, I was just, the shy kid. I was always a shy kid, and I just wanted to have like an alter ego. So I just created the name Fresco. If James ain't gonna do it, what I'm saying, Fresco will. So that kind of became a thing. And then Alexander, that's my middle name.
Okay.
So I kind of, when it's, all throughout all the trial period or whatever, that's what it just became, Alexander Fresco, and it kind of just rolls off the tongue. So that's what I stuck with, Alexander Fresco. So yeah.
When did you start doing photography?
I started doing photography officially 2017. Officially, I say officially because it was one of those things where I always had a camera, like no matter what it was, I always had a camera, even if it was the just the point and shoot camera that you get click and zzz, 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 click. It was one of those, and then once I was able to get a job and support myself, well, not really support myself, but get a job, I had got like a digital camera, and I would bring it to school. I would take my pictures, just post it on Facebook, just whatever. But over the years, I just was just like, let me just see what I can do. At first I had got like a DSLR camera to get like I guess good looking footage for like my performances and stuff like that when I do music and stuff. And it was just like one of those things, well, let me continue to practice with it. And then, I started to get better with it, posting my pictures on Instagram or Facebook and stuff like that. And then people would inquire like, who take your photos, who do this and do that. And I was just like, well, I do my photos or stuff like that. Well, can you edit mine? Can you do mine? I'm just like, all right, well, cool. Well, just give me $25, don't give me $50, or just something. And I was just like, what, let me continue to practice on this so that I can, put some extra funds in my pocket. So that's kind of where it kind of blossomed from. But 2017 was the official year. I was just like, what, this is what I am, and this is what I'm gonna do.
So you've never taken a photography class?
Nope, other than YouTube University. That's all I got. A lot of trial and error. Trial and error. So when people say they got experience or they give you like a year that they started, just look at it as they've done a lot of trial and error as well. So a person that's been at it, like a year, 2 years, they probably gone through some stuff, but they ain't gone through some stuff. I done been through some stuff, like a lot of stuff to be like, dang, I could have made this situation a lot better. Like, dang, I done forgot. I remember like Real Deal forgot memory cards. Real Deal done lost the whole footage, music video, all that. Done lost a whole lot of everything. But you get through that and you move forward. Okay, don't make this same mistake again. Don't do this again. So moving forward, it's just been better and better and better. So yeah.
Right.
Mm.
Did you want to be a videographer when you were a photographer? Did you do them at the same time, or did you kind of transition into videography?
With it, I kind of feel like that was the plan, to do both. And throughout it all, just being a kid and wanting to just do some of everything, just photo, video, whatever I can accomplish, whatever I can do, I was gonna do it. Gaining inspirations from like the greats as far as like music videos on like Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott, watching MTV, VH1, different things like that, and I was just like, I want to do those same exact things. And then at the same time, it was always like, well, You know, you really can make anything and do anything that you want to. It just depends on how creative, you know, you want to be and stuff. So I feel like with video, it was always something that I wanted to do. And then once I figured out that, hey, I could do this myself, it was just whatever. And then even with video, it was just, okay, trial and error as well. You know, it began, you know, take me like an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours, a whole half a day to edit a video, and then it just became going by quick and quick and quick and quick. And then especially at the time, so I had a slower MacBook too. But with the MacBook I got now, it really export and renders things like butter. So that kind of helps the process, and I'm able to, you know, get more done and stuff like that. But with the videography, it was always something I wanted to do, both. So whatever a person need, camera work wise, I was just like, hey, I'm your guy. Let's make it happen.
Right, because it's rare that you find people that are a photographer and a videographer.
Usually you gotta have both. You gotta have both. Either or. Okay, they only do photos. Okay, this person only do videos. Well, I do both. So what you want? What you need?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what kind of stood out to me. It has always stood out to me.
Yeah.
You were able to do both.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to speak a little bit about how did you get into nightlife photography? Because by Wednesday, I know what club was popping and what club was not popping just by looking at your Instagram feed and getting those recap videos.
Yeah, that's usually either like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When they get back to Monday, that's when I'm editing everything. So like I say, people party all week and then get back to it. Either like that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's when I'm returning to get back to my clientele and stuff like that. But how I got into it, it was just like someone just needed like a recap for their party, like a college party or something like that. And then I did one, and then they kept, you know, rebooking me. Then next thing you know, a different DJ or a different club owner will be like, well, we want the same kind of thing. And it kind of took off from there. And I really enjoy doing it. And it's real dope. It used to be challenging, and it kind of still is challenging, but at the same time, I know my settings and I know what to do to kind of give that same kind of feel every single time. But that's kind of pretty much how I got into it. Someone just needed a cameraman for their party or event, and that's how it happened. Yeah. So yeah, it'd be real fun though. I really enjoy doing it. And yeah, it's kind of like my thing now, and I really like it doing events, parties, baby showers, just anything really, just what you need, let's do it, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like the nightlife, yeah, and then at the same time, I'm a night owl, so I'm not really an early bird, I'm a night owl, so I kind of know what the people want or expecting and stuff like that. They want to emulate that, you know, Ari or emulate a Flo Milli or Lotto. Just they want that same kind of feel, but they can't get that same kind of feel from just any photographer or videographer. But at the same time, you know, once they see your work and stuff, they can kind of compare, and you can get that same thing in Mississippi. You don't have to go out anywhere else to get that same kind of feel too. But that's how I got it. That's like how I got into it though.
So how do you balance the difference between nightlife photography and then doing shoots that are in a kind of a controlled setting, such as like, you know, today we inside a photography studio because the club, you can't control what goes on in there versus in here. So how do you switch in between the two?
I feel like in an event space or a club, you kind of just you take it as it goes. Whatever moment you can just capture it, because it's a lot of moving parts. Like sometimes the light change, people change, settings change. You gotta make sure you don't miss that moment. You just always constantly looking. What can I capture to make the video pop? As far as like in a controlled environment, I feel like that's different because, you know, you can retake it, you can reshoot it, you can pose them, you can actually direct the person or direct the people so that you can get the shot that you need and stuff like that. The lighting is constant. You can change the lighting yourself, different things like that. We just more in control in a photography studio. I feel like that's what really makes the difference too. And then once you're done, you're done. And at the club, it's like, well, I'm finna have some more bottles coming. I'm finna do this. I'm finna, make sure you capture that moment and stuff like that, But as long as that communication is there, it's gonna be the same every single time. It be the people that like, okay, they don't communicate or they don't, you know, this is what I'm looking for specifically. And then once you get it back, well, did you capture this? Well, you ain't tell me. I didn't know that was important for you to, make capture or whatever. But yeah, that's just a difference. The photographer, me myself, I can control everything to make sure that the event goes right. And at the club, it's a lot of moving parts. Sometimes you're in a little space. Sometimes the lighting is different. Sometimes you want to add audio. It's just a lot of moving parts at events and stuff like that. But at the same time, you adapt.
Let's get a little bit and talk a little bit about the business side of photography and videography. Pricing. Okay. Everybody got to be on film now. We all have Instagram, our websites, YouTube channels. How do you all as photographers and videographers kind of set up pricing? Do you all think about it hourly along with the editing services? I know some people only edit if you're not a full-time client, things of that nature. Just what is your process or thoughts into putting together your pricing?
I feel like overall it's just like I feel like every photographer, content creator is different. But the way I put it as is, when I first started, what was I charging? And then as I continue to go from year to year, continue to get my experience, continue to learn different things, it's like, okay, how long does it take me now versus 5 years ago to complete a task and stuff like that? Sometimes I do it per session. Sometimes I do it hourly, just all depending on what it is. Sometimes I just go by difficulty. It's just like, all right, cool, well, if they just want me to come take photos and do a thing, all right, cool, well, it'll be this price or whatever. But if it's something that requires like a lot of attention to detail, or that's why you would get like a wedding would cost a month, because you gotta make sure you get that moment, because you can only do it once. Right. So you want to have someone that has that experience, and they're gonna make sure you get there, to get that capture that special moment or whatever. But sometimes it might just be a one. Sometimes it might be a long pause kiss, but you just gotta be ready. But yeah, just having that experience. But yeah, I really, how I do mine is once I started at a price, and then just continue to go up based off year and based off difficulty. Sometimes it's just see what the other prices around me, other people around me, see what their pricing is and stuff like that. Like you getting gas at over here, it's like $2.30, but if you go over here, it's $2.50. You're gonna go to the cheaper gas. You're gonna wait for that cheaper gas. You know what I'm saying? But kind of just compare it like that. But yeah, just for me, just difficulty. How long I've been doing it. Sometimes photographers can do it for like this is the lowest I can go. Sometimes it just be like that. It just me feeling good one day. Sometimes got my price is my price, but it just all depends. Really.
Let's also talk about Jackson Photo Walk.
Okay,
Let's talk
sure.
a little bit about that. How did that idea come about? Explain a little bit about what it is.
Yeah.
And,
so with the photo walk, it's kind of one of those things where like different photographers get together. It's like I wouldn't say it's like a Jackson thing. It's like a nationwide thing. Not really a nationwide thing, like a worldwide thing. Like different photographers coming together, taking photos, meeting each other, because different photographers have different style. They have different times. We all have different we all have our own schedule. So now that we can have a scheduled time for all of us to meet, because we all see each other's work on Instagram, but we don't know the person that's behind the Instagram. But so it's kind of a way for different photographers and a different community to grow and come together. But the things that we wanted to do differently with that, with the Jackson Photo Walk, we wanted to bring in different creatives like makeup artists, creative designers, anybody that's like creative, or just models, makeup artists, anything, anybody that's creative. We wanted to grow that community in Jackson, Mississippi. So that's kind of how it became a thing for us. And with Amanda, she's over the murals. She came to me about the idea, and at first I was just like, well, I really don't, cause it probably was like I was probably like a year into it, like a couple months into my photography. I was just like, well, I really don't see myself, leading a bunch of people or teaching a bunch of people about it. But I was like, you know what, let me do my research about it and let's give it a try. And 5-6 years later, you know what I'm saying, it's a continuing type of thing. But that's really how it came about, just getting the people together. And once we had that first one, we were just like, okay, this is something that people want to come to, people want to be a part of, and it just been growing from there.
Thank you for taking that leap of faith. I've done a couple of them really good.
Yeah.
First couple of shots, I got some creative shots out of, I think it was right before COVID hit.
Yeah.
I got to do one here the last time I was staying here.
Mm-hmm.
You recently just released a film photography book.
Yes.
One.
Uh-huh.
Will we get a 2, 3, 4?
Of course, that's the plan. That's the plan. I really, I started my film photography journey. It had to be 2019. Yeah, I want to say it was fall 2019, right before COVID. So I was doing that, and that was always one of the main plans, was to drop a book, and it's always been something that's been on my mind since then. Continuing to get better, continuing to look at different film styles and point and shoots, and really just do the trial and error period all over again with this whole new format or whatever. But with this year, I was just like, let me go ahead and put my ideas into motion this year. I was already working on it like October, November, to go ahead and have something in play. So by the time the new year came for this year, it would be ready to go and stuff like that. So I actually have it right here with me. It's called One. Boom, boom, boom.
Make sure y'all get that.
Yes,
He's gonna give y'all his contact information at the end.
It's on the
Make
website.
sure you get it.
And with this one, I took a trip to Los Angeles 2020. This was like October, November 2020. And I was just like, you know what, let me test it out. Let me do my trial and error period with the book or whatever, and try to figure out, what I wanted to do with it, how I want to make it. And I feel accomplished now. So of course, with 2, it's going to be a New Orleans thing. Okay. And I've been getting my photos together as well for that one as well. And it'll be out later this year as well. I want to say like around August, September. So that's when that one will be out. But I'm gonna definitely be continuing the series, and it's on my website. Also, link in my bio wherever you see the bio at and stuff like that. YouTube down in the description, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just wherever you can find it, it's gonna be there. Or you can just type in on Google Alexander Fresco 1, and it'll come up. Or visualsaf.net. It's gonna be on my website. But either or, it was just one of those things I just always wanted to do. Do it like how they used to do before the digital age.
Right.
Just take it on film, on print, and present it that way. Versus, okay, I'm gonna go on Instagram, post on Instagram, I'm gonna zoom in. No. You're gonna actually look at it, turn the page, and actually see it.
So that's my next question. Was it harder to edit those on print versus just touching them up, uploading them digitally? So when you're printing, you really have to be on point, because if it's too dark or it's too light, you're not going to know. So did you have to take extra time or do a little bit more editing than you normally do?
So with it, with some people, they edit their film photography. I edit mine sometimes as well. But usually I just, however it comes out of camera, that's how I present it to the world. It just depends on the actual photo. Sometimes I have to crop it just a little bit, but as I've continued to use film and take film, it's definitely helped my composition. I began to take less shots, get the quality over the quantity, because with film you only get like 36 shots a roll. If you shoot medium format, you only get like 10 to 15 shots a roll. So you kind of have to be real selective on on which photos you take. And then at the same time with the film, it might be like 15 a roll, $15 a roll. And then it's gonna be $15 to get it developed and edited. You know what I'm saying? I mean, developed and scanned or whatever. So that's like $30. And like I said, a lot of trial and error of money going down the drain because this is blurry. This is out of focus. This is, the composition is off. Oh man, this was too dark. Or I should have had the flash on. A lot of trial and error in that and stuff like that. But with one, it was a lot of I used to I had used my point and shoot camera, and whatever I would see with my time in Los Angeles, that's just usually what I just took it with. But with the one that's coming up in New Orleans, I kind of already had my vision of what I wanted to use those photos for, so I kind of can guide it into it. Back when in 2020, I was like, okay, cool. I think this look cool. You know what I'm saying? And they are good photos, but when 2 come out, it'll be more of a direction. I have a vision of what I wanted to see with it and stuff like that. And it's gonna be New Orleans, so New Orleans people, y'all be on the lookout for those photos.
So you were out in California with the film. Mm-hmm. You were really loading up the film. See, I took basic photography.
Yeah.
That's why you're a photographer. I'm not. I never got the hang. I always had to go to classmates to get my film ready to shoot. Mm-hmm. I didn't like developing in the dark. Yeah. I didn't like any of that.
So even with that, that's something that I haven't done yet, but that's something that I want to do, and it's gonna be another trial and error period as well. Just getting the film and the dark room and developing. I have a scanner, but just like the developing process. They have a machine that I want to get. You can just do all that, just load it and put it up in there, and then do washing it or whatever it is. But I haven't gone through that process yet. I just send my film off to California. So when I had got these photos developed, I like the way that they developed and scanned them. And I've been sending all of my photos to them ever since.
Okay.
Yeah, ever since. So I just send mine off to California, and I get them back in a week, and it's always good quality, and they always do me right every single time.
All right.
Yep.
Do you have any other projects coming up you ready to announce, or we just need to be on the lookout?
Yeah, just be on the lookout for 2. Continue to, my Instagram, visuals.af, YouTube, visuals.af. But usually with my Instagram, that's like more of the up-to-date, day-to-day kind of thing. And everything else, that's where I was saying, if I want you to watch a link on YouTube, if I want you to go to the website to check this out or different things like that, the Instagram, that'll definitely be the spot for my day-to-day. Send me a DM, go to my website, visualsaf.net, look at what I got, book with me, Jackson, Mississippi. I also do travel, so whatever you need, let me know. We're going to make it happen.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in to Inside the Shop. This was season 2, episode 1. Make sure y'all tune in with him to get everything that he has going on. Thank you.
For sure.
Visuals as